Thank you for doing this, both of you. Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you all for coming out on short notice. Welcome back to the Rock. I'm honored to be here with DOT Commissioner Diane Gutierrez-Scacchetti, State Police Colonel Pat Callahan, BPU Chief of Staff Grace Strompower, although we're considering changing Grace's middle name to Storm. Grace Stormpower. Thank you, Grace, for being with us. And Office of Homeland Security Director Jared Maples. We are tracking the second of this 1-2 punch that is working its way up to the state and is expected to stay with us through tomorrow. Because of this, I guess the most important thing you're going to hear is the following: that we're declaring a state of emergency for the entire state effective midnight tonight. Again, state of emergency effective midnight tonight. Pat and Diane can get into more of the detail on that. In addition, Colonel Callahan and the New Jersey State Police are preparing the State Emergency Operations Center, which will activate tonight, I believe, Pat, in order to monitor the winter storm conditions expected to last through tomorrow. This second storm may drop up to 8 inches of snow, as well as a coating of ice across the northwestern corner of the state, with up to several inches of snow and some icing possible throughout the rest of northern and central New Jersey. Across South Jersey, we're looking at the potential for a wintry mix of snow and sleet transitioning to rain before noon tomorrow. As we progress across the day tomorrow and as temperatures rise, we are expecting the precipitation to transition over fully to heavy rain, up to 2 inches of rain across the entire state. So a hard, serious rain at the back end of this, regardless of what it started like, depending on where you are. This is the best information we have now. However, if this storm tracks just a little differently, we could see significant changes in timing or in the amounts of snow, ice, or rain. Regardless, it's going to be a mess pretty much everywhere tomorrow. And we were just discussing upstairs. I've said this before, so it's a little bit of a broken record, but the caveats that we would apply, it's fair to say, around this storm are unusually, point to an unusual amount of volatility in our being able to predict exactly what it's going to look like. So we're giving you our best judgment as of this moment. The Department of Transportation is prepared to keep our state roads and highways clear and is ready to activate equipment as necessary, and is also coordinating with NJ Transit and the toll road authorities to ensure a coordinated storm response. The Department of Transportation had 700 pieces of equipment out last night. They've kept at it during the day-to-day, and we thank all of them for the work that they did, and clearly thank the state police and other folks at the county and local level for keeping roads open and keeping us safe. DOT has issued a winter weather congestion alert and is implementing its business day protocol for tomorrow. Before tomorrow's commute, DOT will be putting assets in place along Interstate 280 and Interstate 78 at Jugtown Mountain in Hunterdon County, 2 notorious winter weather problem spots. This will include the pre-positioning of towing equipment and NJDOT Safety Service patrol trucks and coordinating all with the state police. Information on road conditions will be posted on the electronic signs along our highways and through the NJDOT Facebook page, on Twitter at NJDOT_info, that's at NJDOT_info, and at 511nj.org, 511nj.org. If you come, we said this morning, we've said it before, if you come across a plowing or a spreading operation, please stay clear. Do not try to pass them. And conversely, if they're behind you, please let them pass so they could treat the roadway. When you get home today, please stay home so the DOT, county, and local road crews can do their jobs. Because of the potential heavy snow and ice, there is also the potential for blackouts, and Grace will address this in a minute. The Board of Public Utilities has been in contact with New Jersey's 4 electric supply companies to ensure they are prepared to deploy their crews into the storm to restore power when and where needed. Again, advice we give you constantly, please, folks, heed this. If you lose your power, please call the blackout in to your electric company immediately. Don't assume that your neighbors have done so. The more calls they receive, the better the power companies can focus their resources. And I might add, please, if you see a power line down, call that in immediately and stay clear of it. We had a couple of fatalities in storms last winter. Please, let's not see that again. Also, use your common sense. Take the time now to make sure your cell phone is fully charged. Overall, we want all residents to be safe. Again, please use common sense and caution out on the roads. If you must drive tomorrow, especially once everything has transitioned to rain, please do not drive into any areas that appear flooded. The snow and ice may prevent the rain from draining. Turn around, please, and don't go ahead and run the risk of drowning. Take steps now to be prepared for a winter storm, or of having a plan and an emergency preparedness kit, and importantly, one in your car, not just at home, but in your car, and to know where to get official information. The best information is available from the Office of Emergency Management at ready.nj.gov, again, ready.nj.gov, as well as on their Facebook page at ReadyNJ or on Twitter at ReadyNJ. I think Diane and Pat will address this. We may have more announcements on things like, will we see regular business as usual in state offices tomorrow, or a delayed opening, or some other alternative. We also, as part of the state of emergency, there's going to be a commercial vehicle ban, which Diane and Pat can get into in more detail. With that, I want to bring up our Commissioner of the Department of Transportation, Diane Gutierrez-Scicchetti.
Thank you, Governor.
Diane, come on down.
I'm not going to repeat a lot of what the governor has said. I think the important points for us is that there will be a state of emergency that will go into place midnight tonight. At that point, the colonel will go ahead and institute for us commercial travel restrictions, which include tractor trailers, empty box trucks, any carpool trailers, motorcycles. I think that about covers it. And RVs.
Anyone moving their boat around tomorrow.
Anybody moving their boat around tomorrow. The point is that when we limit that, we limit the impacts that we have on those particular hotspots on I-78, I-280, and those northern parts of the interstate. But it will include all interstates in New Jersey. So that ban will affect all of New Jersey in terms of commercial traffic, except for the New Jersey Turnpike and the Garden State Parkway up to 105. North of 105, we don't allow commercial vehicles. So that's very important. We're giving them time to redirect and to get on the turnpike and still be able to pass through New Jersey, but we're trying to keep them away from those areas that we know have particular issues. As the governor said, we're prepared not with only our own crews, but our contract crews to the extent we need them for salting and plowing. We will have our winter weather congestion alert message up. We have it up now if you looked at any of the DMS as you've come by. What we're trying to do is remind people that when we have storms that come on a business day in the rush hour, you have the opportunity to be stuck in traffic. So please go to Twitter, follow the DOT page. The DOT page has been very active in terms of posting accidents, road closures, and other incidents that may keep you from your regular route. Please make sure you're following that. Please make sure that you, as we said, you have a full tank of gas, you have a snack in your car, you have a bottle of water, and a fully charged phone. We don't anticipate you'll be in that situation, but again, this is about being prepared, not after the fact wishing you had. So the more that you do up front, the better off you are. Again, we will continue to work closely with the state police on the commercial vehicle restrictions. We have coordinated with our partners in Pennsylvania and New York through Transcom. Pennsylvania will be announcing some restrictions shortly so that we're coordinated and that we're doing the best we can to keep commercial vehicles moving, but make sure that they're not in the way of those who are trying to get back and forth to work every day. With that, Governor, I'll turn it back over to you.
Thank you very much, Diane. And you've got a lot on your plate, so thank you for your leadership. Would like to invite our host, Colonel Pat Callahan, to come up and say a few words. Pat, thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. As the governor mentioned, tonight at 6 p.m. we will be activating the State Emergency Operations Center. That'll be staffed 24/7 until this storm dissipates, and we're certain that both our county and municipal partners have what they need. This afternoon at 2 o'clock, we had a conference call with all 21 county OEM coordinators to make sure that they have what they need and any resources. The uncertainty of this storm has us wondering what to do with regard to tomorrow's business day. As both the governor and commissioner alluded to, we will have a phone call this evening with the National Weather Service that will lead us to a recommendation for tomorrow. And that may be a delayed opening. That may be the possibility of a delayed opening with the possibility of then closing all state offices, or the possibility of nothing and business as usual. So that determination will be made later this evening. And I just think it's important that people keep an eye on that messaging as well, out of the abundance of caution that we're going to approach this storm as we do every storm with. So our troopers will be out there, making sure that accidents are cleared, that motorist aids are tended to, and that we're also making sure that those snowplow trains are able to do their job and make our highways and interstates safe. Governor?
Thank you, Pat. I appreciate that. Again, very happy to have Grace from Power with us. She's the Chief of Staff at the Board of Public Utilities. Would love Grace to come up and say a few words.
Thank you, Governor.
Thanks, Grace.
Thanks. Good afternoon. As the governor indicated, we have been in touch with all of the utilities. They are in storm mode with crews on standby, and they are ready to deploy if and when necessary. While the forecast is not currently predicting high wind speeds, we are anticipating a fair amount of ice, which can be a factor in outages. I'd like to reiterate the governor's reminder: if you lose power, please report it to your utility as soon as possible so that the utility knows where the outages are occurring. Please do not assume that your neighbor has called it in or that your utility knows you are without power. Also, like the governor said, we recommend being prepared just in case. Have your cell phone charged and the contact information for your utility available so that you can call them if there is an outage. We are prepared and ready for the storm, and we will continue to work closely with the utilities and our sister agencies over the course of this weather event. Thank you.
Thanks, Grace. Well done. Jared, are you good? Would take any questions you may have, please. So, state of emergency, midnight tonight, to recap. Highest accumulations expected in the northwestern part of the state. And as you sort of circle to the northeast, central, and the south, the precipitation expectations go down, but there's snow expectations. But precipitation, we at the moment believe in all parts of the state. A hard rain at the back end if it does turn to rain. More deliberations this evening, and if we've got anything to report in terms of business tomorrow, business hours, etc., we'll be back to you. Ready.nj.gov, for lacking any other good place to go, is always a safe place to go. Again, if you lose your power, call it in. If you see a down line, call it in and don't go near it. If you can get home safely tonight, get inside, light a fire, a good night for television or good book, and stay close as we turn to tomorrow morning. I think precipitation, we believe, will start around midnight in most places. Does that sound right? So when we all wake up tomorrow morning, hopefully we'll have more to report to you between now and tomorrow morning in terms of guidance for the morning. But tomorrow morning's commute has the chances of being a complicated one, so please be extra careful. Thank you, Colonel, for hosting us. Commissioner, thank you. Madam Chief of Staff, Director, thank you all. Thanks. Thanks, man. Good luck. Tough, right?